it was I don't even know how to lead these off anymore, man. It's like the 11th Jeremiah Fears video in a couple weeks. It was another weekend, and Jeremiah Fears is still mulling his decision. Quite a few schools. We got some new schools involved. I guess that's the update here. And Jeremiah's been playing well as well. He had a big time game against the Oakland Soldiers over the weekend. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So, yeah, the kid's still hooping. Every time he steps on a basketball floor, he looks incredible. We know that. We love Jeremiah Fears, the player. Here is a couple of updates though. So we had the tweet from at High School Top Recruiting, who promoted his great game against the Oakland Soldiers, and then said, this was from yesterday on Sunday. Jeremiah Fears says Arkansas, Kentucky, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Michigan, and USC have been in contact. So there's a big time Twitter account that says those 7 schools have contacted Jeremiah Fears per Jeremiah Fears. Let's start there, and then we'll get to the updated list from that. But I guess like both of our schools are on this list. Arkansas is a new one. Oklahoma State's a new one. We knew about Kentucky, Oklahoma, and USC. Do you believe Michigan State has contacted Jeremiah Fears?
The thing, I don't know. I would say no because we don't have any scholarships. So I don't know how that. I really don't know how that would work. It just would not make sense outside of obviously the family connection.
Yeah, like maybe contacted in a sense of like, hey, do you want to come here like a year from now, back in your original? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, no, I'm good. Like that type of contact maybe, but like
Yeah.
I don't think it's serious. And then Michigan is on this list, but everything I've heard by all accounts, like I'm not sure Michigan even reached out. At one point, I was suspecting Michigan would make the initial phone call, but I know for a fact nothing progressed beyond at most one initial phone call. So I don't know. I guess like these are schools like, okay, yeah, like they contacted. I might believe that they contacted, but I don't think those schools are seriously recruiting him at all. That's my update from a Michigan State, Michigan standpoint. Then we have the second update from 24/7 High School Hoops, and it's a different list, but Jeremiah Fears, he's been hearing from these schools since, a source told at League RDY. I don't know who any of these people are, but a different source says Jeremiah Fears has now heard from UConn, like the 2-time national champs, UConn, Arizona State, which we talked about on Friday on the channel, USC, Ohio State is a new one, Kentucky, Arkansas is a new one. That one's on both lists. Oklahoma, Minnesota is a new one. Creighton is a new one. Villanova is a new one. So there's a lot going on here, is what it feels like, Hart. New schools from this updated list would be UConn, Ohio State, Arkansas, Minnesota, Creighton, Villanova. Your thoughts?
Villanova would honestly make a lot of sense, I think. I know, did you mention Villanova before? I believe you did, didn't you?
Yeah, last week, just pure speculation. I was like, where would be a good place to go? And Villanova was my answer because of how many minutes they have to provide. If he really wants minutes in the ball, like you go there.
Right. And look, like I think Kyle Neptune would give him the opportunity to do that and do what he wants and have the ball in his hands a lot and be able to do some things. I think obviously they got like guys like Wooga Poplar in the portal, and they got some other guards. I believe they got an overseas guy that our agent Sweeney loves. But I think he would have the opportunity to play, have the ball in his hands a lot, so it makes a lot of sense. I just once again, I'm so like in the dark on this one. I feel like I'm just confused. Like the teams reaching out don't really make sense. Like I don't know why UConn would necessarily reach out for him to play in this upcoming season. Michigan State, I don't know if they have.
No. Wait. We don't know why UConn might reach out to a point guard that's really good, we think, offensively.
This season.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty set, man. They got Noel in the fold. They got Diarra back. Like
And they're
they have
set. Like
They have Mahaney.
they got a great roster. I'm not denying that. But like if we were to point at this roster, I've said it before and gotten killed in the comments for it. I don't know that they have a great point guard guaranteed, right? Like we feel great about the 2, 3, 4 at UConn.
I feel good about their point guard committee. I do.
If it's a committee, then you don't feel great. Because would you feel better or worse about the committee if Jeremiah Fears was added to the committee?
I would love Jeremiah Fears to be on the committee.
And if you're Jeremiah Fears, aren't you trying to go somewhere where they feel like their point guard's a committee?
No, he doesn't want to be a committee.
But aren't you viewing a committee as a place you can go win though?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to go somewhere that's like we already have our point guard. You want to go somewhere that's like we don't really know who our point guard is. All you guys are going to get a chance.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, what with all like the randomness of these lists coming out and the things going on, is there like any clarity to you? Because I still find myself like confused on where this is gonna go. The only thing that I'm hearing is that there is gonna be a decision made soon. That's it.
Is that some breaking news?
No, just a decision gonna be made soon.
Can we define soon, or how are we defining soon? Because the last decision timeline I heard was like after Peach Jam. Now we're hearing soon.
After Peach Jam ends soon.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, are you asking if I have more clarity? No, I don't have more clarity.
No. Is this gonna end up with Jeremiah Fears going to play for Porter Moser?
Probably. I don't. The clarity I have came last week when I basically said I think this entire recruitment's a sham. I still mostly believe that. I now think you add into this like Jeremiah is clearly very excited about doing this and posting like the UConn, like the graphics he's posted are what USC, Kentucky, and UConn.
Yeah.
So like he's just playing the like this is fun.
US
This was
I think
fun.
USC too, right?
Yeah, I said USC, but
Oh, you
like,
did? Okay.
but then we had reports from Tipton last week that USC is not seriously recruiting him, and neither is Kentucky. So are we just tweeting graphics from schools that aren't seriously recruiting us? Is that what we're doing? While going for 20 in all these events every night? Like the kid's a great basketball player, but I don't believe anything that's happening right now is real. I
Does
just
he look tall? Does he look taller to you?
he looks the same, I think.
I kind of want to know if Jeremiah Fears is like 6'4", 6'5" now.
Yeah, maybe. Arkansas, do you believe that that's real? That is one I could buy as like a late ad because Cal is still doing the late ad shit.
Yeah, but then like aren't the late ads already filled up his roster?
I haven't looked at the latest roster. I thought he still had one maneuverable spot.
Yeah, and I don't think anything about going to play with DJ Wagner is that enticing to Jeremiah Fears.
There's a spot open at Arkansas Cart.
There is a spot open. Okay, I well any chance for Cal to add a player I take seriously.
So, okay, last thing on this. Fears' whole thing, according to everyone, is he's telling people, I want a guaranteed minute number and I want the ball. If he says those words to John Calipari, what is Cal's response?
I might say yeah.
Because doesn't Cal kind of do the whole promise game with talented
Yeah.
guards? He's done that
Yeah.
a bunch of times in his career.
Yeah. So if he does want to do it and does make that promise, he actually might honor it.
And he might get him. And it
Good.
might help Arkansas.
Is Jeremiah Fears better than Boogie Flam?
No. No.
That might pose an issue then.
Is he better than DJ Wagner?
He might be.
Is he better than Carter Knox?
Yes.
Is he better than John L. Davis?
No.
Arkansas, I think, would be the best fit at this point, even though like there's clear competition. Like I just culture wise, it would make sense to me at this point.
Culture wise, it makes sense to you.
Do you think I'm wrong on that?
No, I think you're right. That's why I'm laughing.
He'd be joining a team of a bunch of dudes who want the ball in minutes. There you go.
It honestly might work.
And Cal can maneuver it and figure it out. It's worked in the past. I think he has a better chance to get into the league in that situation than he does under Porter Moser in Oklahoma.
I agree.
So, okay, just to summarize, do any of these updates mean anything? Like,
no, they don't.
All these new lists and your school and my school and UConn and Arkansas, you're just kind of throwing it all out at this point.
I am. Yes.
Is this like the boy who cried wolf one too many times?
This is the boy who cried fierce.
Is this the sleepers who cried fierce? Is that what we did?
We just want to know.
Yeah. Well, Peach Jam's almost over, they tell me.
We just want to know
Car, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. Honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when, like, their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems, there were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.